Hello, everyone. Good evening. I'm gonna get started here. So, from where we left off yesterday. So, yeah. I don't really remember where we left off yesterday. It's been such a long time. Uh, but, let's see. Let's go through all the maps. Let's go through the simplest one. So, this one is very simple. Crops are failing because we're not out of dirt. No, we're not out of dirt. So he just needs to bring them dirt. But that's not the highest priority for him right now. He's getting some algae. We're trying to oxidify this area, and next we'll build up the platform to be able to land and launch rockets without to transport over some. Still not a good location. I can't, for the life of me, find a good location for these rocket platforms. If I put it here, the exhaust will go here. It's just there's not enough space here to put, unless there's just not enough space here to put this rocket platform. I really need to come up with a solution for these rocket platforms. I don't know. I'm thinking it'll need to be. Yeah, we're probably just gonna cancel this. We'll put an exit over here and put it here. This is actually a reasonable amount of space for a rocket platform where we need, and we can have all the exhaust go here, where it won't hurt anyone. So we'll just make him go that direction. We should have enough algae and enough dirt to be able to make us last until. Oh, we have some timbleweeds too. But we should have enough of that to be able to make us last until we can dig our way over here. So on that note, we should measure out our rooms and get that set up. So 4, 2, dig. This is 4 high, and this one would be starting here. 16. Does the room fit? Barely, but it does. So yeah, it barely fits, but that's still, I'm not sure we could consider that a valid room. I still think we should, but let's change it to like that. There we go. So this should allow us to exit over here. Let's not dig these blocks. This should allow us to exit over here, put a door over here. Okay, so now our dupe here should be able to go out this way. We'll put a ladder here and set up our rocket program in this area. One moment. Oh, I forgot to actually transition to the game. My bad. So you guys saw none of that. Give me one moment. My cat wants in. There you are, Jinx. So you guys saw none of that. Very sorry about that. Professional quality over here. So I was complaining about the rocket silo being here because the exhaust would warm up this metal here, and I can't move it here because it would warm up the shaft, warm up here, warm up here. So I want to move it. Ideally, I would want to move the rocket platform. I still want it at the same height, which is 14 from the top. Yeah, so right here. Just to confirm with my main planet, that is 14, not including the platform. So the platform should be here, like this. So if we make that here, that's one off. So let's put some ladders in place here. And this should allow us to put We want it here. No, here. It's not including. So if we want it here, move 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll have it right here. That should give us room to set up some unloaders, so some ports for our liquid and gas and solids to be able to be transported. They all take 2 spaces each, so 2 here and 2 here. So that would ideally, this would work. We'll find out. It'd be nice if they could also pass in front of this and above instead of being forced to go above. But this should allow us to 4, right? So it's 4 and then continue. That's what I have here. So 4 and continue. It's 2 in. So 2 in. So that should be 12 high. That should be good. So that should set us up for accepting a rocket, and then we can put in the piping and the watering to start transporting water and oxygen from the other asteroid to here. So that should be good for this asteroid. So let's get started with Grosera. What do we need to do here again? So we're doing some digging, and for the most part we are pretty stable here. We don't have any cooling solutions, but we have a lot of coldness provided by the salt slush geyser and the cool slush geyser. So this is, we are set when it comes to cold on this asteroid. We might want to start digging more. On this asteroid, the only thing I can think of for right now is we want to dig. Dig and clean, dig and clean. So that's probably what we're going to get done. Like, cleaning is going well. We are doing very well on the cleaning front. We then need to dig and dig and dig and dig and dig. This is a bigger asteroid, a lot to dig. But yeah, so that will be the main focus for us on this map. We already have these full of gas, and we don't have full of water yet. Does it not want to go? It doesn't not want to take it because it doesn't have an output. Yeah, we have an output for. So yeah, that's what it looks like. It doesn't want to take it because it doesn't have an output. Not that we are planning to take anything. It's nice that it can tell when something is receiving and when something is to be sent. But yeah, so let's build that in and start getting ready to send over. And on our third asteroid, I want to finish this heat exchanger. That's an easy priority for us. But similarly, we'll be cleaning and installing a cooling loop to then install an industrial sector. As we ran this for a little while and it really upped the temperatures of our water here. So we don't want that to happen again. So it'd be nice if we have a cooling solution. Now that we have plastic, we have access to lots of plastic. We can then produce a well-contained area to do all our industrial needs on this asteroid. And someone is idle on this asteroid. So we want to put in some polluted water. Do I have enough just polluted water just laying around? No, not really. Not for all these tiles. And if I put real water, it might freeze. Nah, that'll be okay. We'll deal with frozen polluted water as a potential issue. But apparently you don't want to do that. So I guess we can get started on our industrial area. I will be using this area here to be industrialized. So we'll start with having, so right here we will have the metal refinery. So that in of itself will probably need a steam turbine and a cooling section. We will also need to have an oil refinery and the crusher would be part of it. So I'm going to try making an open air one. So we will have to have a plan for what happens to all of the petroleum that goes down, and making sure it's full of oxygen, making sure it's cooled. I want to be able to have an industrial area that the dupes don't need a suit for. That would be ideal. So given that requirement, I do not then need to be concerned about putting in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, so I do not need to be concerned about putting in any type of special insulated tiles, as the whole section will just be a standard area for. There we go. That should be good. Oh, one here, one here, one here, and one here. Let's not leave a hole there. We want to use iron. So, and as I said, so the top area here will have a couple of metal refineries. How many? Yeah, we'll just go with a couple to start. Oh, it's going to be an ugly section. So we'll put one here, one here, three tiles in between. We'll want to have some rock crushers, some kilns. Have that here and here. Oil refinery. Oil refinery probably the problem with oil refinery is it just emits water, which is very annoying. I would rather not have to deal with that. So you can probably get your own room that will need special access and special cooling. So I'll give you your own room. It'll be down here. So we'll have one more room here. This is where we can put the polymer press and a couple of coal generators and our generators of other kind. So we'll need another level for this to work. So we'll need this level. Oh, no. Come back here. We'll need this level. So this level will be where we put our 2 oil refineries. And then we will put our polymer press on this level. Start with having some. The coal generators can go down here since they will be. Oh yes, I forgot about that. So let's cancel all this. Cancel all this. This is going to be very metal rich at this rate. Do this. Cancel all of this. No, not cancel this. So we will need an area for the polluted water. I forgot that polluted water falls from all these buildings just because we can't put it in a pipe for some reason. So instead we will put a mesh tile. These will all be mesh tiles. There we go. So that would allow us to put our carbon dioxide machines will go down here. We'll be able to fit 4 with some automation. That would be nice. We will want, now where's my other 2 power sources? We'll want some natural gas and some hydrogen. They don't really play nicely together. We don't need that many rock crushers, I guess. And then hydrogen. We only need one hydrogen, and it's only for the excess. So hydrogen, and with one to the edge. Polymer press goes here. And we'll have one last refinery tool. Glass. We'll need to... Oh, that's huge. Get rid of this and put in some glass. There we go. So this should be more than able to... No, we don't want glass. Never mind, we'll figure out a different solution for glass. That should be more than enough. There's no other source of natural gas on this asteroid, right? So that should be more than enough natural gas burners and hydrogen burners. If we just don't want 1, 2. Okay, and we'll set it up so that down here so we'll want this. So we don't need our water to be able to go that far. Okay, so we'll set this up here. And set up some power solution for all this. And heavy watt, heavy watt, heavy watt. So that should allow us to have some, keep the heavy watts as far in the back as possible. We'll need to have some kind of jump here. Where's my wires? There we go. And then we'll want to go down. We're gonna run out of iron ore at this rate. Go here, go down, go here, go down, go here, go down, go here, down, and down, and here. So this is the skeleton, for the most part, of what we want. This room will need to be completely isolated with a water pit, so let's replan that out. And refinement. Where is my oil refiner? There you go. So that should be good for oil refinery. Oil refinery just only outputs natural gas and heat. So I think we can cool it down. We can have some plumbing in here. This will be the only section that will require dupes to be in a hospitable, but we should probably leave space. Yeah, so let's do that. Some more modifications. We'll leave some space to have, let's see if this will be enough space. And we want to consider leaving space for when we have suits. That should be perfect. Okay, so and this is where we'll put 2 suits and a checkpoint so that we can have people going in here once we have suits to be able to handle the atmosphere that we have. Yeah, so that's a good start for this area. And we'll have to clean this area up. We'll make this into... So, oh, yeah, you're right. So this can't necessarily go here. We'll make this into... Not all. We only want to destroy buildings. We'll want to have some insulated tiles. We'll go over here. There we go. And then we can add 2 steam turbines here. They should fit. I'm guessing 1. And then, well, let's see how long this is. This is 5. 5, yeah. So they'll fit just fine. Apparently we will need more refined metals though. Can you still process? Yeah. So let's make some more iron. We'll need more iron. But this should be a very good starting point, and we can burn almost any kind of power and build any kind of material. We'll have full access to metal, refinement, plastics, to our heart's content. I'm actually, yeah, I don't want the plastic. Let's get rid of the plastic. Heavy watt wire. Get rid of the second kiln. And let's put in, like, glass is something I could actually see be useful. So let's put in a glass forge. There we go. There we go, that's a good place to start. That should keep them all very busy. Same thing here. Water, 7, enable auto balling. And you do need power, right? So, this line fully 2K'd? Yes, it is. It's a fully 2K line. We will need to, well, this is no longer has any power, but otherwise it's a fully 2K line. We will need to do the same here. This will need a 2K line that we will want to connect to a power source. We don't really need this anymore. At least not for now. So we could use this as our 2K line. It's short. And it's not very much being used right now. So let's set this one up as our 2K line. That will be used for the cooling buildings. Do I have enough for all this? Oh, no, I do not. Okay, so let's cool that down. Buildings, vents. Okay, there. Take care of all that. That should leave these guys quite busy for a while. Eventually someone will want to come and store some water in here. We want, I don't know, 150 per each tile. This is 4, so we'll want like 4 trips of water. That should give us about 150. Oh, well, now if the trip of water only have 5.4K in them, then that trip of water definitely won't give us the numbers we are looking for. I mean, like 4 trips of water from this thing. Yeah, I think 5.4K, that's not gonna... Oh, someone had a heat stroke. It's getting hot in here. It's getting real hot. Okay, so as soon as we have that power set up, how are you doing, by the way? Yeah, so you're still building all that stuff. How about you prioritize building a little bit more of this? Yeah, how about that becomes a priority for your build? Why does it still say fertilizer? They're just not giving it the time of day. You just don't care. And it's getting too cold in here for this myth leap. You still are very happy to you have very low expectations. And same thing here. You just don't care about your oxygen needs. You just don't care about your farming needs or food needs. You just care about digging a little too much. Oh, there you go. See, there's some food. But you still need to deliver dirt and bring the food. You just don't care enough. We'll need to get you a friend that cares a little bit more about something other than just digging and building. That's all Frankie here cares about, is digging and building. Digging and building. It's like, I'll starve to death before I stop digging and building. It's okay. I told him to do that. I can't complain too much. I'm the one who sets what his priorities are. But the priorities I set for him are going to kill him at this rate. I should maybe look into fixing that. Yeah, no, that's never going to get handled. That's never going to get taken care of. He's going to dig and build until he dies. For now, that's okay. I'm not too overly concerned about his ability to dig and build until he dies. Why doesn't it try? So it's like getting the water from here because it has access to very minute amount of water, like 2 kilos. So they're just getting the water from here, dumping it in here. But these ones are not being used. They're higher priorities than those 4, right? Yeah. It's unreachable. Can't they jump here? Why is it unreachable? Shouldn't my dupes be able to reach it? I need a dupe. I need a test dummy. Where's my dupes? You're not doing anything important. You're just complaining about the quality of the food. Oh, you can't actually go in here because there's no ladder. But that ladder, which should allow you to finally come in here. Maybe that's why no one's trying to dump water down here, because they can't reach it. That makes sense. That's my bad. There we go. See, now people are really like, yeah, we can reach it. Let's bring some water over. You're just gonna go back and forth, back and forth. How much water is there in here? So little water. But you're just gonna keep doing it. At least they listen. At least they listen well. There's no one can say otherwise. They listen very well, these dupes. They do as they are told. There we go. This is looking good. Oh, that was done quickly. There's no power and there's no plumbing, but this was still done much quicker than I expected. Put the automation in the corner here. Should be fine. Someone keeps complaining that they are potentially idle. Temporarily idle. They are sometimes idle. There we go. That's a little bit better. I'm not complaining about them just yet. Does that mean you're not done? There's plenty of digging left to do. But just keeping that in mind, let's add a little bit more digging to their list of diggings. Let's get rid of that. Really should just not let us do dig commands on these. They should have like a no dig command allowed setting type of thing. That might be more complicated than it sounds, though. It tends to be. And there we go. Perfect. So that should allow us to tell them to continue digging, because we want to dig some more. Wow, that looks very purple. That looks very purple. Do we not have the... Oh, we are. It is very purple, because you That is very purple. Or pink. I guess it should be pink. That is very pink. Dig that out. Dig that out. Come on. There we go. Let's process some of that pink before we start seeing it in our oxygen pipes. I don't want to start having hydrogen as part of our... there we go. This also has a bunch of water. This has a bunch of water. I mean oxygen. All we're missing is a target. So, come on, Frankie. Let's give him a target while not dying in the process. Yeah, we're gonna need to reduce your amount of activities that are not crucial to you surviving a long time. We're gonna need to restock this algae and refood all of this food, because get that done, and then we can talk about continuing building and digging endeavors. Yeah, you need to spend a little time caring for yourself before we can continue trying to get help to come. Hey, there's a Dreklet egg. That's what I need, but I'm not going to get that in time and be able to send it back in time. That's just not happening. Oh, let's dig that up. This sand, it's causing issues. I don't see any like entombed notifications. There we go. Oh, there we go. Some of the water is getting passed along now. So that was an issue. We were having problems with water. So that's why the water on here was getting a little low. Well, a little low. But now we should have plenty of water. Cold water too, which will be great because we were also warming up this water. But look at that. So this is... okay, so yeah, it is overflowing because the carbon dioxide can't leave. So let's see what we can do about that. The carbon dioxide here can't leave. So this is basically an infinite storage location until there's 2 carbon dioxide and it will pop out and leave. So it's a bomb waiting to happen. The way to solve this is by destroying these 3 buildings. All 3 of them are over 1,000. No, not this one, but it should be fine. These should overflow into making that one over 1,000. Meaning that we can destroy it, rebuild right away, and that should move the carbon dioxide out of all of these areas. Oh, or not this one apparently. This is, oh, there we go. So now we rebuild these, and that forced the carbon dioxide to stop being a problem. Now, if you look here, it's all liquid. We're all good. And now we just need to wait until each one of these liquid tiles is above 800, and we should be good to go. How about you? How are you doing? We wanted about 150, so we still need a little bit of liquids for you. And this should be allow us to put that here, and we'll want that there. There we go. That's enough. Perfect. So we have enough metal to... oh, no. I did not think that I needed to disable you guys just yet. We have not set up our capturing pit. Let's disable you guys. All of you guys. Yeah. I guess these ones just work. Do we have enough refined metals to make smart batteries for all of these? Nope, not yet. We will work on getting smart batteries for all of these. Oh, I forgot one layer. I guess I need one extra layer. Yeah, I will need one extra layer. So oh, that's getting a little high. I forgot about burning the petrol or the ethanol. Completely forgot about needing to burn that. That will be a major part of the carbon dioxide generation and major part of the water generation. So I need to make space for that, and I completely blanked on that form of power generation. I just, yeah, went poof. Okay, so it's so tiny. That's a problem. See, should we get rid of these two buildings? Let's rely on coal a little less, I guess, is the idea I'm coming up with right now. We'll need two things of coal, but we will also power. 1, 2. We'll still need the power from, where is it? Power from this battery here. No, not this battery. This hydrogen generator goes here. Natural gas goes here. I guess that didn't really change anything. So that's enough for a full line of petrol being burnt. The problem is this is too thick and it will not work for my needs. So let's cancel this and try a different approach. For my needs, it would need to be 1, 2, 3, which would allow me to. Which one is more problematic? You can fit here, and you can also fit here. You're both the same width. So let's put you here, since you don't drip any potential water all over the place. And now we should be able to put a natural gas geyser there. And we don't have enough batteries, but we would want one battery for the 5 of you, one battery for the 2, one battery for you, and one battery for you. So that should be 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, that should work. Again, this is all assuming good air circulation, good cooling, and that will be an interesting. We'll see if this works. I just want an open air factory where people can work. All the carbon dioxide should tend to fall down here, which we can then pick up. All the water should fall down here, which we can then pick up. Might reach a certain levels. And as long as everything stays well pressurized, it shouldn't be too much of a problem. So we can get another dupe. Let's see if we can get Frankie a friend. How is it going now, Frankie, now that I'm forcing you to do farming and oxygenate? So yeah, we are getting some oxygen in place. Let's see if we can get you a friend that would complement your skills. You're an operator, which is very good. Early bird, small bladder. I don't know, Abe. Abe. Not very picky. You're perfect for my current needs. Not perfect in general, just perfect for my current needs. So I will put you into tinkering, and I will set your priorities to being operating first, and then we'll actually make you able to care about tidying. So your schedule, we want to make sure you are not on the same level as Frankie, so we're going to put you here. There we go. Also allow you to take advantage of the very long morning shift compared to the night shift. Like, morning dupes are significantly more beneficial than, like, they have 5 blocks compared to 3 blocks for mag dupes. So algae and algae. So you should be able to assist in actually keeping this place alive. Should hopefully have enough oxygen to make this work. Oh, these are space exposed. Oh, that's interesting. This is all space exposed. Well, then I can rethink this. So space exposed. So where does the space exposed start? Right here. So we want to probably start this like this. And here. There's nothing actually behind this little outcrop here. It's all space. I did not realize that at first. So I don't really care about this outcrop. If I cleave it off, it should allow me the 12, 14. So that's 2 more, right? 14, perfect. So that should allow me the opportunity to have my rockets go here. So we can put it a little bit there. Okay, so I'll put it here. Oh, maybe we should use a different material then. In this rock. Okay, so let's put it over here instead then. This should allow us to, like, this will never transfer any heat, so this can heat up all at once. We can dig it up eventually. This will be perfect. Well, this is actually much higher priority than I expected. Like, this is stealing all our oxygen, our very, very limited oxygen. So Frankie, I guess you're gonna be better digger. Gene, I will give you the ability to pilot rockets. Otto, I will give you the ability to bigger arms. Same thing with you, bigger arms. That should work for now. But I really want to. Are you like going to the washroom or something? No, Frankie, come on. And Abe cares more about cleaning things than they care about building things. So we are losing all our oxygen. Bye, oxygen. Look at all that oxygen just going away. You can see it leaving. It's... Come back. Come back. Frankie, come on. Come on. Where are you going? What? You're going to drink some water? Come on. And now you're just going to chill with the batteries. Okay. Now. Build. 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 But why is this not... What is your priority right now? Oh, you can't build. You need to supply it with the building materials. Oh, these guys are just... Algae? Algae? You're going to supply this before you're going to supply the high... Life support is higher priority than construction. But we have another dupe for that. We're losing all our oxygen. It's actually not that bad, but it still really sucks. Oh, come on. Did you really not bring enough to be able to just construct it right away? Oh, you saw that teleportation? He went from right here down to all the way here. That's a really big teleportation. Okay, so now we should stop losing a lot of our oxygen. Especially once this is done. Come on. There we go. So this should be a much better exit. So let's prioritize these ones first. And then we'll say this is 6. So we should be able to get all of this built, and we'll be able to land our asteroid here once we get to that point. Why is this not fertilized? It's like, I guess it's just a neutral priority for Frankie and Abe. Literally their food. Their only source of food. I'm going to increase the priority for farming for Abe. Where's farming? There we go. Abe, please help farm. There we go. These need to be kept alive. They need to be yeah, we need our food to stay alive, and so that's a pretty big priority. So this should be good. Definitely don't want to push it with another dupe. Might want to push it with a little bit more food receptacles though. So we have someone who's idle. Who? If you're gonna idle, Goss, you should idle not in the washroom. I don't know what's so special going on here, but I would recommend you not idle in the washroom. Oh! This went a little too far. Okay, so let's destroy these and these. My bad. Now we have water problems. That's a lot of extra water that we just moved around for no good reason. Yeah. So I'm assuming this is good. I don't see any reasons why this shouldn't be a good place to start. So we can, just to make sure we are going in the right direction, this goes in and this goes out. We will also want to have this go like this, so we can initially populate this loop. This loop should only work if the temperature is above 19 degrees or 21 degrees. And that should help keep these tiles nice and chill. 15 degrees. We'll want a little bit extra coldness to be able to counteract the heat that comes in with. Okay, so let's dig that out and cover it up. And then we'll just need another layer here to increase the insulation. And we can start with our cooling loop, which I guess the first area we want to go to is cool this down, right? That would make sense. We want to cool this all down because it's going to get hot. It's going to get real hot real fast. So, oh, I forgot about this. It's going to be hot water, so let's not just leave it at normal pipes. Let's use some insulated pipes with, there we go. So we will want to have, we can just start with our plumbing. We can let it run in the background while it does this. So we'll want to go in this direction, cool this, jump here. What is going on? Why are you not happy? Because of your food situation. We can look into making some life loaf. Let's, do I have anyone that is... Yeah, we have people willing, but not very high priority. That's the problem with the food situation here right now. We have people willing, just it's not a high priority. So Frankie can cook. It's just Frankie cares about the construction of this area with a higher degree of caring than he cares about food. Because, you know, who can blame him? So let's make this unreachable. Why is this all sandstone? We have so little sandstone, you have to run so far to get it. Such small packages. Why is it all sandstone? Are you sandstone too? No, you're igneous rock. That makes so much more sense given that, like, there's some right here, there's some right here. Okay, so let's just let him finish these 2 sandstones, and let's never do sandstone again on this asteroid. You are going to run better. There we go. It's going well. How's the digging going? Beautiful, beautiful. Okay, and how is the piping going? Oh, well, they already built all that. I'll need to replace this with some actual temp shift piping. Actually, yeah, that bit me in the butt before, so. Okay, so we'll want to go here. This is the cracker. This is where the edge of the room is. So we want to go here. We'll want to go down. And we'll want to cool this room. We want to keep this room. Do we want to keep this room cool? Let's make that one of our last rooms to cool down. So liquid pipes will go up instead. So we'll want to cool this area here. So we'll go here, here. Oh, this is not the final version. This is just troubleshooting version. Okay, we'll go back here, go down here. Let's get rid of, oh no, it got rid of everything. Ah, it didn't save all of those. Definitely don't want this all done in sedimentary rock though. Okay, so let's get back to what we were doing. Go up here, go down here. Let's go here. Then from here we want to go down. We'll want to go across this whole thing. And we'll start with that as our first loop. So it'll cool this down. We'll eventually make the whole map a big loop. But this should be a good place to start. So let's put our bridge areas. We're going in this direction. So we go here. We want a bridge here, here, here. We'll want a bridge. We'll want a bridge here, 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 and there. That should be good. So let's build our bridges. So we'll want a bridge there, there, go up, there, to the side, down, 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 this side, and this side, this side, this side, and this side. We'll also want a bridge here, and one here, one here. There we go. That should be the cooling loop without any temp shift plates or metal tiles. So we will need to start making those next. So how much iron we have? We have plenty. So let's start cooling this down. We should be back at somewhat reasonable temperatures here. Oh, someone is trapped. Oh, and you can't dig, I guess? Someone come dig that dupe. Can no one dig that dupe? What? What's with our diggers? Oh, because they can't reach. Okay, build that ladder and then dig that dupe. Oh, scared me there for a second. People can dig that dupe. That is good. Okay, so sand, let's get that. Make sure nothing has stopped working. We still don't have, we're doing good. It'll get populated, I'm not too concerned about that. We have some water here somehow. No, we don't want to capture that, we want to kill that. I'm assuming the water came from up here. Let's mop that up just to clean things up a little bit. How are you doing? You are still very active. Oh, no, you're dormant. So we went through all of your water, and I don't think we had any backup issues, so that's good. And you are still active, and you will be active for half the dormancy of that guy. So that's not bad at all. And that's making some good oxygen. Yeah, no complaints. We're dumping a lot of our water that we had built up here, and we're sending it over to the other asteroid. So, and it's all really cold, so that should help. You guys still refuse to cooperate with the food needs. So we are, this one needs even more water, so I guess it's not the worst. We have a good amount of water. We really need to start, I guess these can, oh, they're not going to grow fast enough. We'll need to probably make like 10 mush bars just to help. Someone has heat stroke. That's okay. We're working on cleaning up the heat situation. We have access to lead and iron. Neither of those are very good, but one is definitely better than the other. So 70 degrees. Let's disable you again. We want cold water, not hot water, so they don't boil over. We have an idle dupe. It really should say, oh, it does say trapped here. It doesn't say trapped here, though. Okay, so errands. Frankie's on his break. Our crops need fertilizers. We're almost to the point where it's difficult. It's difficult to keep the oxygen flowing while also making progress on what we care about. Skills. You can even more athletics. Yeah, you're at 31. You're doing just fine. So let's get you some more athletics so you can run around quicker. I do not want to hear any complaining from you. Lice loaf. We have some muck root. We have not enough seeds for all of those. Okay. So yeah, you're just gonna start doing some of these meal lices that we really want. What do you even have left to do? Pick up dirt. I guess start giving dirt and food, because that's what you guys are eating. Dirt and water to make food. That's the recipe here. Okay. So this is igneous rock. Igneous rock. I guess it does work that way. Oops. Dig that out. Really want to be able to get to. Okay, so we have a couple more cycles worth of food. We have a lot more oxygen now. Do we have any polluted dirt on this asteroid? Polluted dirt. We do. We have polluted dirt, so we can make a sublimizer. They'll breathe polluted oxygen, but I'm perfectly okay with that. On the other hand, I can print some Paku. Or a building decorator. Or Paku. There's no Paku here. I feel like that's a mistake. I feel like there should be Paku. You need to open up. Let's also... this one. There you go. Now all of them will go in here. They'll eventually become yummy seeds of food. They'll also eat all of my seeds. Oh, that part kind of sucks. We'll find more seeds. I'm not concerned. I don't think I should be concerned, essentially, is what I'm trying to say. Oh, that's not what I wanted. I wanted these ladders. Okay. And how are you doing? You're getting plenty of water with plenty of iron with... Okay. Once we have the iron, we can start... one moment, guys. Sorry about that. I was interrupted. So let's clean this area up. Not enough steam, generator idle, that should be fine. Once we have some water in place, where are we going to get the water from? I guess would be the next question. Closest water source would be... What is going on? Why is it freaking out like that? Should be going... Oh, because we need... Oh, apparently we are... Oh, look at that, we need some food. It's been a while since we need food. And these are really draining the water, apparently. Wow. That's a lot of water being drained. Or, I don't know, maybe I'm misinterpreting something. Because now it's not draining the water nearly as much. On the other hand, you guys have nothing to do again. Did you finish cleaning all this up? Oh, good dupes. Good job. So I guess the harder part, as always, is to dig down, not dig up. So the question is, do we want to keep digging up? Or do we want to start digging down? I want to get rid of this block here. So let's start digging down. We'll dig down to here. We'll get rid of all these buildings. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's get rid of all this. Start. Okay, so let's we'll just want to make huge lines so that we can dig everything out, and then cancel this one and just dig it. So that should allow us to, that will mix with that. So to keep that in mind, let's dig myself some 2x2 here and make that the higher priority task. We also probably want to make these higher priorities just so that our dupes don't get stuck. I find that if you make the ladders higher priority tasks, then digging in general, they don't get stuck as easily. It isn't always the case, obviously, but in general, I find it helps. We are out of algae. We are, you get they're almost done growing, so that's good. We are probably losing some oxygen to this construction project. On the other hand, it's going very well. He's able to go out here, pick up some igneous rock from all of the... Is this more igneous rock? So let's... And this is all going to be igneous. So let's dig this out so that he has easier access to more igneous rock. He obviously can't stay out here for very long. He needs to come back in for oxygen, which loses a little bit of oxygen or carbon dioxide actually every time. So that's a pretty stable. So this is full of carbon dioxide. So we just lose a little bit of carbon dioxide every time someone opens that door, which is actually really good. We don't actually lose any oxygen when someone opens this door now. It's like a carbon dioxide pit. That's pretty cool. I'll say I did that on purpose. And that should allow us to... Did the same effect happen here? Yeah, the same effect happened here. And what about on the other map? Is there carbon dioxide? No, there's polluted oxygen on this one for some reason. Either way, it's a very little amount. So when the door opens, only that gets out. And it doesn't mix with the hydrogen. So that's really cool. I did not do that on purpose, but I will take full credit for it. How about that? It sounds good to me. I'm guessing the water keeps freezing in the pipes, which is what's causing all these pipes to, all this water down here. Yeah, see? I need this to be insulated further down, because I'm tired of cleaning up the water. Okay. Oh, are we really that low on water? Yeah, I guess. You're not... Yeah, but you're going in here first. And we are also that low on polluted water too, because we actually need food here too. Oh, look at that. We are now in a place where we need food. So our water system is being drained a little bit more. That's pretty cool. It's just proof that it's working. So how's this going? Construction project's going nicely. Looks like it, at least. Oh, there's idle tubes. Oh, this looks great. Okay. So let's start. Let's see if we can get this to boot up. So we'll need to get you going, and we'll need to supply you with a starter source of water. So we will get you guys started with this. Let's get them to build this. I'll be right back. I'm gonna feed the cat. She seems very hungry. There we go. Good girl. She seems very hungry. So I thought it would be best to give her what she wants. She is the queen of the household, after all. She always gets what she wants. Actually, it'd be best if this line goes straight here. There you go. It's always best that an intersection between two different directions happens on the output. I'm guessing wilting crops because of lack of dirt. Not because we don't have enough dirt, just because we have not. So let's get a sublimation station set up. Because this will work. because we have plenty of polluted dirt. Oh, okay, so this was a great idea moving things to that side. Apparently this was not enough work for all of you. Okay, so this should get set up, go all the way around, and get this all set up. I guess the next deal would be to figure out what I'm going to do about this patch here and here. I need to get rid of all the water here, ideally. And for that, I'm gonna do it this way. Yeah, push this up with 2 layers of building. That should layer it all across here. Should be thin enough at that point to mop. So we should be able to mop that. Do you not have access to any more petroleum? You do not. So let's destroy this and destroy these 2 and mop all of this. This should be moppable. You can't get there. This should also be moppable. No, it's not. This is not moppable. I would have guessed that would have been moppable. So this will allow people to start transitioning more of the petroleum or the ethanol that's down here. Is just not within reach of. Oxygen is becoming low. Come on. Oh, really? Come on, guys. Deconstruct this tile. Get to it. There we go. And let's get rid of these 2 buildings. We will start. We'll put one of these. We'll put another one of these dash line salts here to clean up this chlorine. I don't care about the actual salt, but I do like the fact that it gets rid of the chlorine layer for like. There's less chlorine here than there is here. So let's do that here also. Oh, look at that. We have 140 seeds of these things. They are just all over the place. There we go. We'll do that. I really want to be here for the first test run of this. How many? That might be a problem. You're not going to actually be able to take out 2 because you don't have a second one of these. Power yourself with. This won't work. This will not work. So, how do I solve this problem? Do we have enough iron? Oh, we do. We do have enough iron to solve this problem. The temporary solution will be to get rid of all these. I don't think does this need power? No, it doesn't. So that will be our temporary solution is to get rid of these 2 bridges and just connect this with this. And get rid of this. So these will 7. That should make this limit 2,000, which should allow us to start this. Because right now this will just not start. Right? This is, oh, it's way too cold water too. That makes sense. I am getting cold water from the other asteroid. Okay, so, and then we'll want to rebuild these with some better jumpers. Oh no, they did need? Oh no, we just now have copper ore here. That's triggering it. So to say, no more water for my food. We have plenty of food. It's called copper ore. We have 25 kilos of it. That's food, right? Whatever's in here is food, so it must be food. Okay, so that should allow us to power these things. None of them should run because they're all not set up to run yet. And now I can mop up this water. Perfect. Oh, It is running. I thought it couldn't. Well, I guess we. Okay, so water here is 20 degrees by the time it comes back out. And by the time it comes through here, it's still 20 degrees. It's not. This is just not working. If it's above, is it because it's not a full pipe and that's what's causing the issue? There we go, now it's working. There we go. Why is it circling at not maximum speed? Oh, that is maximum speed. It just looks weird. I guess it's a DLC thing because it didn't look like that before when you had an infinite circle. But it looks like that. That makes more sense. Oh, that's interesting. But when it's trying to cool, it looks like normal. But if it's not trying to cool, it will look a little weird. But also have to keep in mind, so yeah, let's make that 21. Just because I don't want to, this isn't polluted water like I'm used to. I just didn't have enough polluted water to make a polluted water pipe. So I made it out of regular water. And I just need to keep that in mind, that we can't go as cold as I normally would. So there you go. That should work. We should now have a cooling circuit to be able to cool. There's no radiance pipes or anything at the moment, but that should be solvable. Okay, so you should be trying to build this. Oh, beautiful. So that means I can start. So let's see. Plumbing. Do I need refined metal? Yes, I do. So I can bring those two guys over, or that one guy over, with some refined metal, and you bring enough fuel for a two-way trip. If you bring enough refined metals, then I can start unpacking things. We have a third bed just for them for their temporary stay. And they're bringing 50 tons, or 50 kilos of oxygen. That should be, that's a good amount of oxygen, right? And 500 kilos of water. Okay, 500 kilos of water, not that much water. And yeah, that part kind of sucks. We definitely want to be able to transport more. Like, because you can put anything you want in the cargo bay, and there's no weight limit, you could just stack bottle after bottle after bottle after bottle of water in there and just transport that. Same thing with bottle after bottle after bottle of oxygen and transport that. It will require micromanagement, but you can get so much more transported in one trip that way. But let's try to not go in that direction, and let's try to I thought I said to kill these guys. How are you still alive? Okay, so let's try not to go in that direction. Let's try to have this automated. So we have all of this. So we want to change it to our destination to rocket platform 835. Toggle looping round trip for this rocket. Automatic. We'll make it automatic in a little bit, but we want to bring over some refined ore. So metal ore, refined metals. So let's see, what kind of refined metals do we have here already? If I go to try to build, we have not that much, but we can make more copper. Copper is definitely the name of the game right now, especially since we have these huge copper vines. So, view interior. We'll wanna refined metal. We'll probably do copper. So let's see if they can bring us some copper. We'll definitely need more copper. Someone's idle on this asteroid. So let's see here. You should be starting to warm the water in here up, which should be like water coming in at 17 and leaving at 21. Well, that's the opposite of what we want right now. Really? So let's see. You come in at 21 and you're gonna leave at 18. So it's going down. We are definitely losing that heat, and then you come in at 17 and you're leaving at 18. So it's not hot enough yet to be able to trigger. Still, this would just be so much easier if it was polluted water, because we can just make things colder. But I'm still concerned that it brings down the temperature too much. We can go down by 14 degrees. We can make this 17. The colder it is, the colder this gets, quicker it gets cold. So it's always best to try to keep it as cold as possible. Oh, something lost power because, why did it lose power? We have plenty of power. Was it too much drawing, too much power drawing? No. What else is drawing power to this line? There will be more drawing power to this line, but right now there's supposed to be 12 plus 9. Okay, so yeah, both of these can't run at the same time. We can't dance and cool at the same time. Okay, so now that we have a little bit of cooling, let's start. We can do some metal tiles, right? Where are my metal tiles? Made of iron. So let's add a couple metal tiles to start the cooling process. So we'll put one here, one here, one here. We don't want too many. And we have that one there. Cool, so that's a few metal tiles. And we'll replace each one of these metal tiles with a radiant pipe. There you go. So and now we are out of iron again. We are eating through this iron. And that's getting pretty warm. Oh, this is working now. They're transporting the rest of this ethanol. If I dig this one, it should get all the ethanol now. So that's good. Apparently. Yes, drinks. You want more food. You're not getting any more food. Okay, so... Oh! Hey, Marin. Normal wiles can go through watt plates. Don't need... Oh, really? I did not know that. I thought you needed bridges over watt plates. So, like, you don't need this bridge here? Oh, I can test that out. It's... Like, I assumed it was because it's fully colored in, so I assumed it would act like any other colored in piece. But, we'll find out. That would make some of this wiring a little bit more convenient. We can just pass it through here. Yeah, it doesn't look like there's a problem. That's good. So let's deconstruct this, and I will eventually need more wire, since this probably needs its own wire at one point. Like I said, we can't dance and cool at the same time. These really shouldn't be mutually exclusive activities, but at the moment they are. Okay, so let's see. What's the problem here? No, we should be getting we have plenty of polluted dirt. Oh, well, we have less polluted dirt than I thought we did. I thought we had plenty of polluted dirt, but we turned it all into oxygen. So I guess we can go dig some more algae. Algae digging it is. Okay. So on that note, how's Hope doing? We have no refined iron. Why do we not have any refined copper here? Do we not have copper? Yeah, that's what, yeah, exactly. It looks like that's how it works. The plate itself is a bridge. It's just, unlike bridges, like this bridge makes it pretty explicit that there's nothing going on here. But the watt plate doesn't, because it's the full tile. But it does behave like that, which is very useful. Very useful to know. Thank you, Marin. Or Marine, or however you pronounce your name. Sorry. I don't know how to pronounce those two E's at the end there. Cool. So, as I was, I get distracted very easily. Sorry. What was I doing? Oh yeah, I was checking out to see what was going on with the metals because I want to send over metals. Yeah, we have copper ore. They're being made. We have 40 tons. Why is it not being transported? We need more copper ore. Is there any more iron ore we can dig down here? That's not unreasonably placed right in front of a volcano. I don't really want to go all the way over there. So, no. The answer to that question was no. So, we can send over one. Are you really complaining about it's too cold? Like, I can't do anything about this. Sorry, guys. Oh, okay. One moment. I have to close this door. My cat is letting herself to the food, and she is so Myron? Oh, Myron. That makes so much more sense. That's actually a name that sounds familiar to me. I guess I just never saw it spelt out. So it kind of sucks that they made these ports out of refined metals, because now it's problematic when we want to create these ports on a brand new asteroid. There's not going to be any refined metals unless I go down here and like dig out this gold here. Actually, that's not the worst idea, actually, now that I said it out loud. Dig out this gold here and then put the ports. We can have gold ports. This would also give us access to more of the algae here for oxygen. It's not the worst idea now that I've said it out loud. I do not want brine. I do want more dupes, but not this one. So I'm just going to reject all of these. No one wants brine. So I would all of these would break the seal into this vacuum. So we would definitely be putting all this water on top of a volcano. That will make it much more complicated to try to contain this volcano in a future episode. That's what we call these things, episodes, right? A future stream. Yeah, exactly, Maine. So that's why I was like Marine, something like that. Then I didn't know how the EEN worked, but Myrene, like Myron, yeah, that works much better. But must get you probably get that a lot though. Oh, I can just put a rock crusher. Yeah, let's just do that. So we could just put a rock crusher. I'm overthinking this. I'm way overthinking this. Let's put a rock crusher in. Let's wire some wires to it. And we now have a little bit more algae for some digging. So let's dig a little bit more algae, and that should allow us to. So once Hope has like the first 150, once Hope has the first 400, I will enable it and start sending over my oxygen and liquids to the asteroid. You guys are still lazy butts and don't have anything to do. Don't blame me for this. This is all on you guys. Don't look at me. I am not responsible for what you can and cannot do. So you're still making more iron. All of the iron has been put in place. Has that even made any difference to the temperatures here? Not really. Let's put one here with a radiant pipe, just to help cool down things a little bit here. We'll probably also want to add some cooling here with some radiant pipe, but we can't add it right there. So we probably want to add some cooling here with the radiant pipe here also. Okay, and like that should, like the water should be warming up at like 23, 20. So let's see, this one here is at 23.3 and it comes out at 23.7. So it is warming up a little bit as it goes through here. This isn't like masterful going to cool your base in 10 seconds type of cooling, but it will eventually. Things will heat up. It will come in here at 24 and it will come out at 23, and that heat will go in here, and slowly but surely we will have a colder base. So let's start. I guess next would be either piping all of this stuff in place. No, we want to pipe all this stuff in place. Get rid of this, and yeah, we can either start making the refinement more official placement, like our official refinement loop here. We can get rid of, can we copy these settings? Yes, we can. So we can get rid of this big piece of metal. Or we can start digging out the oil biome. This will leave a lot of scorching dupes, a lot of very unhappy dupes. But I do need more oil to make this work, or more petrol. But let's finish this up first. I would rather probably work on this. At least it won't cause any scorching dupes, and that will give time for this to cool down a little bit using our cooling loop. Oh, you guys got stuck. That should not happen. Okay, so we need to rectify the stuckage. That should be easy enough. So we need to get rid of this bridge. So we can come in here, get rid of this bridge. Since you guys still have oxygen and some carbon dioxide, I didn't like vacuum this out. So we can get rid of that bridge, then go here and just remove the contents of one pipe worth of water, and that will restart things. So we can, that should be easy to do. This should maybe also, this will work fine even if there's some oxygen in one of these tiles. It will actually trigger a bug that will make it work a little better than normal. So that is something to okay, so then we want to extract the contents of this pipe but make sure it's only one content. Then everything should start working just fine. Let's destroy this quickly. Then we can mop all of this. Quickly. Circuit overloaded. That shouldn't be possible. There should only be... Did I do this wrong? There's only two... no, that was not correct. It looks like you were wrong, Myron. Myron. It does look like this drew more than 2,000 powers, and that should not be possible. It's only connected to transformers unless this is actually connected. I probably would need to test this, like, unless this is connected to it? I don't know. Yeah, there's nothing else connected to it. There shouldn't be any other way to draw power other than these two things, and they are... it definitely blew a circuit. So I'm guessing it's problematic, and now we have full damage. It's using water instead of polluted water. It's a problem. But we just don't have enough polluted water to make this work. So let's get rid of you also. We don't need you here anymore. Can you guys reach this? But it came down here. I don't like... Now the water should be able to keep going the other direction, right? Well, once it allows for some water to be processed. Okay. So it should come in here and get all this stuff, and we can seal it all away. Yeah, we'll eventually want to take out all the water of this system and replace it with polluted water once we get to a point where that can work. But for now, this is cold enough. It shouldn't... see, the problem is it stops every now and then to correct. So we probably want... Yes, Jinx? You want more food? Yeah, that's what I thought. No more food. No? And let's... Mark for emptying. Okay, let's get one more tile out. And that should cause it to never have to... There we go. That should cause it to never have to worry about stopping again. It should not stop now when it goes on and off. It should just keep going no matter the status of... Don't mind the occasional stop, that's from construction. But yeah, it just keeps going whether or not this is on or off or turning on or off. No, it doesn't, because that's not the problem. The problem isn't the amount of water in here, it's that this is secondary priority to this. And I'm pretty sure that's what's causing the issue we're having. No! You're not getting more food. So I'm pretty sure that's causing the problem we're having here. So this one should maybe be... Yeah, so let's go like this. And destroy this one. So this should fix this problem. Okay, and that should fix that problem. How much more? Iron arm. Okay, only one more. Okay. So, Ren, are you idle for some reason? Can't you see we are trying to fix this machine live while it's still working? And that still doesn't interest you? How are we doing on refined carbon? We have plenty. Because we haven't been making steel, so it doesn't really matter if we have refined carbon or not. What could I have you do, Ren? Okay, mop. The cooling loop is working just as expected. It's heating up and then cooling down. Where else? What else can I have you do? I guess I can have you sweep. There we go. You can start sweeping a little bit. It's low priority sweeping, so it's only something that should happen. Okay, so now that should stop it from causing any issues. No, it still caused issues. It's mainly because I guess this should be higher priority then. And yeah, so let's try that then. I'm so used to using like a template, using like blueprints on live that doing this from scratch, just off the top of my head, is just not the same of just using a blueprint that I've worked on in debug mode. Okay, so that should work. Let's do that. Okay, and let's do that. So it's okay if it doesn't pass water that needs to be passed. It's not okay if yeah, so this should work. With the caveat obviously that like it doesn't cause the issue that we were having. Okay, so let's assume this works and block it off. And while we're building those, it goes on and off. Nothing ever stops here. The goal is that nothing ever stops here. Content's empty. Even if it goes crazy, nothing ever stops here. Okay, looks like it's working just fine. Okay, let's clean this up then. Nothing ever stops here. If something stops here, then that can potentially cause it to turn on when it shouldn't, or turn off when it shouldn't. If nothing ever stops here, it should always know the correct temperature of the water when it hits this tile. So far so good. Okay, so let's finish this off. And you guys should be cooling, so coming in at 27, leaving at 26. That's pretty good. It'll get better as it runs for a little bit. This water is the coldest, 20 degrees. This water should be the warmest at 20 degrees. Not that much, like 19.9, 20.5, but it will, the differentiation will go bigger as this runs and cools more and more of the area. It's coming at 28, leaving at 26. It's working as expected. Now all this heat will eventually go down here, which will eventually get consumed and deleted by the turbine, which is also cooled by the same loop. So right now it's basically spreading the heat. that it picks up most of the heat from down here, and it'll spread it around. We should be able to turn you guys on. Oh, we don't want to turn you on yet because we don't have the smart batteries. So I guess next we'll be installing the smart batteries that we want. So we'll want one here, one here, one here, and one here. So let's put the heavy wires here, 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 and here. Oh, Myrene, you're back. Broke the vacuum, got O2 in there now. Oh yeah, so there was I never vacuumed this out. I don't. If the pressure, the pressure differential should be good enough that it will just push the O2 over here and not cause any problem. But if it does cause a problem, we will. It's just another problem for me to deal with. It was just not working. Like it was breaking the pipes, so I had to fix it. It was just not done properly the first time around. As you can see now, there's holes all over the place. I'm just looking forward to when I can take this water out, add in polluted water or something a little more freeze resistant, and then rejig it. But for now, we'll find out once it heats up if this will work or not. Hi, Psych. How am I supposed to pronounce your name? You were here yesterday, right? But I never asked you, and I'm gonna guess Saiku. Tell me how off I am. Oh, we have idle dupes. I should pay more attention. Automation. Let's automate this. You should be connected to... Oh, I put you on the wrong side. How am I gonna do that? So you go to this guy. You go here. I guess I can add a bridge here. So, yeah, I guess it should be like this. A lot of English people talk to me like this. Okay, well, Siku it is. Siku. I'll land on something. No guarantees it won't change every day. So let's set up the rules here for what burns when. We want to burn the oil first, so that will be 80-40. Then we'll probably want to burn the excess hydrogen, so 70-30, then the excess natural gas, so 60-20, and last our coal reserves will be our last line of defense, which will be 60-10, 70-10. What was this one again? 60-20, so this will be 50-10. Although I have a lot of experience playing this game, I would not compare yourself to me. I have almost 2,000 hours playing the base game. So, and I've watched a lot of videos. It might not show by the way I handled this heat deletion device, but I do have a lot of experience playing this game. So I wouldn't necessarily compare myself, but if you have any questions, I'm more than willing to help out, to share some of the knowledge that I've gained from or stole from other people's streams or video channels. Right now I have to clear all the map and end building my oxygen room. Yeah, so if you need some advice, like I have a modified version of what they call like a Rodriguez. If you look it up, there is a lot of guides for full Rodriguez, which can support, it's self-containing and it supports 30 dupes by itself. And I use one here. Obviously I don't have 30 dupes on this map, I have 8, but I don't feel like this can support up to 30 dupes by itself. It's self-powered. It has excess hydrogen, as you'll see by these hydrogen just going away and getting burnt far away. Yeah, I would highly recommend you look up a full Rodriguez and try to emulate that. It's a very powerful design that would allow you to provide a lot of oxygens for your dupes. They will be very thankful. That okay, so how is Shruba doing? Perfect, that's done. You guys are still alive. You guys are actually, well, someone has food poisoning, but otherwise, you guys are doing very good on food-wise. Do we still have meal mush? So we don't need any more mush. Let's turn that off. And let's get rid of Lice Loaf. We have plenty of food. We have good-ish oxygen generation. And yeah, so I think it's probably about time we make... And how much copper do we have? Well, we have very little copper. So let's make myself 500 kilos of aluminum ore and let's launch. You should have... Oh, you should have more than enough. So let's get ready to launch. Turn this back on. We want to go back up to 10 kilo, or let's make it 5 kilos of food. Any kind of edible food, doesn't really matter. And let's... Okay, so for you, I will need to pump some water in here. We don't need a lot of water, but we do need some water in here. What are you guys complaining about? I guess you're complaining that there's nothing to do. In that case, let's delete this. Build those ladders. I'm still scared to touch this. This is very hot. True, true. Yeah, definitely. You don't need... Like, this is definitely overkill. This is far too much for the 8 dupes or 7 dupes. The issue I have with going with 2 pumps per electrolyzer is that it will it's too much. Like, this only produces 888 grams, which is too much for 2 pumps. So you'll need to, your pumps will never be pumping at full. They'll always be pumping at less than full, which is why here we have 4 electrolyzers for 6 pumps, or in your case it would be like 3 pumps for 2 electrolyzers. So you're technically not consuming all of the oxygen produced, but you will be using full pipes. That's just a preference for me. I like my full pretty pipes. That's not important, obviously. You can definitely survive with non-maximum size pipes, but I do like my full pipes. They look much nicer to me. So let's see here. Okay, you're getting a pretty good temperature here. I should be able to enable you guys now that we have that. We can also destroy this and this and this. Perfect. And you guys should all be running again. Okay. So, how is the temperature looking? Is it? It's not worse. I wouldn't necessarily say it's getting colder. It's just not worse. We are cooling it down. The temperature of the water is going down. It's just, it's a slow process. Once we have better iron production, we can start having that process be a little bit better. Okay, I don't think we need these anymore. We don't have any, we will put one of you in here. the idea here is that we can use this to pitcher pump all of the water on top here, and we can use it also to get this oil and transport it into here. We don't necessarily, I could probably just use water for that. Oh, so we got a new printable. Let's print it off here. Nothing can beat the exploited, overpowered 2 liquid layer. Oh yeah, for sure. But I prefer not to go in that direction personally. I don't, like, the same reason why I have these pools here instead of just like an infinite, smaller, like, pool of infinite potential water. And I don't have to have all this automation and all of this, all of these geysers everywhere to control, like, at what level the water is, what do I want to do, how do I make sure there's always space for more water, stuff like that. I can always just have infinite source. Same thing with the two liquid layer oxidalizer. But I do, which would give me an infinite source of storing for hydrogen. I just personally prefer the extra challenge of actually having to deal with the finite spaces that were given. That's just a preference. I like automation. I like having all of these wires and all of this stuff all over the place to control the levels of water and when to send water where. But that's just a preference, obviously. I have nothing against other players who want to use... Like, I wouldn't consider it an exploit because it's part of the game mechanics. The game mechanics allows you to do this, so therefore it is part of the game mechanics. That's the way I look at it. Ooh, glass. That's perfect. That will give us some power. Where is it? Whether it's intended or not by the developers is not really something I concern myself with. It's part of game mechanics and it doesn't crash the game, I say go for it. But that doesn't mean I'll do it. Cool, so skills. We have some skills that haven't really been here for a little bit. So, yeah, you'll run some more. I'm running out of useful traits to give these guys. You can dig some more. You're not really a digger, but you do like digging, so I will give it to you. And you can, yeah, you'll do the same thing. You can start piloting, so we can give +4 athletics. That is really nice. Oh, yes, Hope. Piloting. You should be all set, right? Yeah, you're all set. You have your food, your barbecue, and your swampy delight. You have all of the oxalite and algae you could possibly want. So let's turn you on. So that should call the automatic. So now it knows that everything's full. It should call in. Oh, do I need to? Yeah, I only want Lyra as my crew. I do not want anyone else. So Lyra should go in. That should... Oh, it doesn't automatically launch, but there's probably some kind of automation signal. Yeah, there's some automation signals. So we could automate this. I really want to automate this. Do you have any link to see this build? I do not have a link for the 2-layer electrolyzer build. I've only seen it in other streams. I think I've seen Eadra use it. I don't know how to spell her name, or like her username off the top of my head. I think it's Eadrea. Don't quote me on that. But I've seen her use it in her streams. So you can always try to see how she does it. But I do not have a link. I don't know where she learned it from. I'm assuming the forums. But I don't know any more detail than that. Or she just figured it out on her own. It's taking advantage of not the same liquid gas can occupy the same space. Yep. It's the same reason why you can have like natural infinite storage or Like the same reason why there's the polluted oxygen here, and you'll never see oxygen. The same reason why like hydrogen here, like this, there'll never be oxygen here. You can't occupy the same space as the hydrogen. Even if we had like very low pressure, like 1 gram of hydrogen and 2 kilograms of oxygen, it would never push it through because it's an old build. Oh, cool. If you could share, actually, I don't think you can put a link in here. I don't know how to undo that. Yeah. Sorry. I don't know how to make it so that you're allowed to post links. If you try, it probably won't let you. I think it's like that by default. If you could direct message Seku, then I think he would probably appreciate a link to that. Sorry, I can't be more helpful than that. I've only, as I told Seku yesterday, I've only started streaming like 5 days ago, so it's all very, very new to me. It's as new as it gets. So let's launch this. Woo! I love that the candy, just the flames of the candy, it just looks so cute. It's all colorful and look at that. It's pretty. It's pink, some orange, some yellow, some blue, some red. It's just very pretty. I don't like the massive 1200 degrees Celsius heat, but it's very pretty. Okay, so you should be on the way to provide us with some oxygen and some water on the other asteroid, and that should be almost fully automated. Going back and forth between these two asteroids should be almost fully automated. So you will require some water, enable auto battling. So we'll finish off this water seal and then we'll vacuum this out. And then I'm still too scared to dig that up, but we should, so let's get a little bit more water in here, and then we can put the pipes. Maybe I only want 1 metal refinery. I don't think, like, I'm gonna maybe try to keep this a little low key. I can always make more later. Yeah, I'm only gonna connect up 1 metal refinery for now. We probably want to start destroying these, because I don't think I can fit one of you here. Well, one, I can't even build one of you because I don't have enough metal. No, I do. What are you complaining about? I have plastic, I have... What do I not have enough? 800. Oh, I need a lot more than I thought. Okay. So let's build up another ton of iron using this. It's getting there. It's getting there. It's getting pretty warm. Damage overheated. My conveyor loader here. That's okay, let's destroy that. While we're here, let's just destroy all of this. We will not be using manual imports and outports. So conveyor loaders. I don't plan on doing any manual. No, it just showed with 3 asterisks to me. It didn't show anything to me, so I'm assuming it didn't show anything to anyone else. I think there is a way to set up it, because I've seen links in other people's streams, so I think there's a way of getting it, like, needs to be approved by the streamer or something like that. I'll have to look into that for a future. I'm not going to do that right now. I'm playing a game. I enjoy playing the game. But that's something I'll definitely have to look into in my downtime, because yeah, I don't see any reason why we can't share links, especially if I can improve it first. Don't see why that wouldn't be possible. Poor Lyra. She has such high expectations, 21 morale, and we're like, no, you're just gonna go to the random other backwater asteroid that's growing mealwood and is using polluted oxygen to breathe. Yeah, that sounds about right. I love that about this DLC. You know, like, I'm 170 cycles. Normally I'd have like a really good base, very stable, almost like this. This is pretty good, quite stable. We have oxygen, we have food, we have renewable resource of water. Like, it's pretty good. That I would be at this state, but it would be for all the dupes, so I wouldn't need to worry about it. But no. Now it's like I have this asteroid. It's great. It's great. So when are you gonna land here? You are gonna land in 1/5 of the cycle. Okay. What would be next on this asteroid? Like we're basically surviving right now. We want to do more than just survive though. So I'll want to add storage. So liquid storage for the incoming water, and gas storage for the incoming gas. This is all, yeah, so let's do that. We're gonna incoming gas and incoming water, so we can store it in here before we dispense it. Do we have enough refined ore? No, we don't. We don't. Do we have any refined ore? Did I even tell it? Oh, I did. So we should have 50 kilos of aluminum, but I guess that didn't really matter. We should be landing here very soon. Oh, someone. Just clean up your own mess. Come on. There we go. This all happened. There we go. Perfect. Landed. We still have plenty of. So you should be allowing dupes to go. So if I understand how auto works properly, all dupes may enter and exit the module freely until rocket is ready to launch. It's not ready to launch because it is cargo loading incomplete. The rocket platform should still transfer cargo to or from this rocket. So it won't launch without unloading first. So let's build my, yeah, there you go. It recognizes the copper. Perfect. So let's build my gas port, and let's build my liquid port. Perfect. So thank you, Marin, for sending over that link. I hope it's useful for you, Psychus, or Psych. I added an S at the end of your name for no reason. So you should be able to. Can you get out? Why are you not? Is this auto not working as expected? Like, she should be able to leave now, right? So. But she's like. Oh, because there's no ladder. I forgot ladders. Well, so that means these can't really be built. That's very, like, completely forgot about ladders. That means you're just stuck in there until, well, hopefully you have plenty of food, right? You have, yeah, it's all kept cool. You can just keep running on that. Yeah, I'm fine with this. You'll be fine. Guys, go save her. Perfect. Okay, so that should be resolvable. No one's gonna die, which is always the biggest concern. Someone's gonna die. Someone's always going to die. I want to try my best to make sure no one dies. Oh, what's the problem? Oxygen is scarce. You're okay. Okay, so you are good. So no more. Let's get rid of you too. So now I'll pump this out. So let's start pumping this out. We should have Lyra and Jean. it's working very well. I wouldn't say properly, like, so it works. Like, it actually works, and it's very pretty. I love the flame. It's very pretty. The problem with Sugar Engine is that it takes an oxidizer tank, so you can't. So that's an extra module, and it still has the same limit of 5 modules as the carbon dioxide engine. So that technically means you can only have like 2 modules if you have this a solo spacecraft nose cone, and if you have the bigger nose cone, you can only have like 1 transportation module, and you have a full rocket. Unlike the carbon dioxide one, which you can still have 2 transportation modules, even with the fancier compartment and nose cone. So it's definitely, yeah, it's very interesting. But now that this asteroid here, now that your second asteroid, at least in this map generation, can come with, mine came with 2, but can come with liquid sulfur geysers, it is renewable. Like, this is going to create so much sulfur that I can have these guys live forever. This is perfectly renewable source of... Oh, I should kill these guys off for some extra meat. I don't have an automatic evolution chamber yet, so I need to manually cleanse that every now and then. But this is perfectly sustainable. And so this is a perfectly sustainable way to launch any amount of rocket, as long as you use oxalate for the oxygen instead of fertilizer. It's perfectly sustainable. Now, oxalate requires some galvanum, so it's not like, I'm probably gonna have to switch to carbon dioxide eventually. But I wanted to try out the sucrose-based engine, at least see if it works now, and it does. It works very well, and it has a range of it has a shorter range than the carbon dioxide. But I've seen some people like pass around wood to every asteroid just to have it have a way to make carbon dioxide on every asteroid to be able to launch and launch. It seems like a lot of headache when I could just pass around sugar instead. Sugar sounds much nicer to me. So everyone's freaking out because I told them to kill all these animals. But we'll get plenty of meat out of that, which is going to be nice. So how's this going? How's the building of these ladders going? Not very good. Oh, I really should have built those ladders ahead of time. You're going to start freaking out soon, aren't you? Because your morale is going to decrease. Yeah, your morale is now underneath what you need, so you're going to start panicking. I might need to just launch you back. You just came here just to get launched back, okay? If you do the math, the sulfur geyser output doesn't... Really? Really? I did not do the math yet. Obviously, I haven't... I assumed that it would be a lot of sulfur, because... I don't know, I didn't do the math, as I said, but I just assumed it would be enough. 10 kilograms per second. I guess it's not a long eruption period, and I don't know what the active period is, but oh, I don't like that. I was really hoping that these, like, I have 2 of them, maybe, like, I'm pretty sure this one is a carbon dioxide geyser, so I have not used the exploit to figure out what that is. I've been very disciplined, but I'm pretty sure it is because on the star map you can see what you have access to, and it tells me I have access to a carbon dioxide geyser, which I have not found yet. So let's so a little bit more iron. Things are going well here. The heat's getting transferred here. Things are normalizing a little bit down here, which is nice. We should have, okay, yeah, we have plenty of water here, so let's deconstruct this. And let's start. We should have some power. No, we don't want to double down like that. Let's go like that. Okay, so that should allow us to vacuum out this area, which then we can start processing all of the... This asteroid just has so much, like, it has the same amount of dupes as, it's just so much smaller, I guess. Because these guys are always asking for more stuff to do. Background tiles, let's get rid of all these background tiles also. And I guess it's just because it's smaller and doesn't have stuff polluted oxygen. There's chit-chatting going on there. What are you guys doing? You're chit-chatting on my dime here? Come on, guys. No chit-chatting. We really need to free our friend here. She's going crazy. She's at 10% insanity, and she's a eater. Like, she'll eat all the food here in one sitting if she goes to 100. So, please, let's big this. Let's build this. I don't... Like, what else are you guys prioritizing right now? We're not... Let's see, what, do we have some skills? Yeah, Abe, you can... I'll get you some digging. Even if you're supposed to be an engineer, I'll get you some digging just so that you can help with the digging on this asteroid. But like, you guys should be... This is definitely the highest priority stuff that I want you guys to take care of right now. I want to free my friend up there. Perfect. Still don't have nearly enough metal on this asteroid. I really want to start converting all my, like, I only have 2 tons of copper, and I really want to start converting all my wires here to conductive wires, but I don't like the fact that I'm wasting half of my ore in sand every time I'm trying to make some refined metals. I really want to get this done first. So let's throw this with before, right? No, buildings. Let's get this in place. Get that done first. Actually, let's cancel the deconstruction. I don't want anything to fall into here and make it not pretty. I do like my pretty... Oh. Oxygen scarce. You know who has scarce oxygen? Lyra. Oh, what? Her stress went down? I assume, like, what could she possibly be doing to make her stress? I guess this is not a bad place to live? I do not know what she sees in this little capsule, but apparently it's good enough for her. I've had trouble with that. Like, I have had dupes not willing to make this jump before without, like, the extra stuff up here. Like, I've definitely had more difficulties than I was expecting to have with dupes not wanting to cooperate when it comes to no, let's cancel you. Let's do this in a different direction. Like, they should be able to. It's only too high, and that's exactly what you would expect, right? But I've had far too much trouble for my liking getting dupes to go up here without having ladders here or this whole thing here. Like this says it's within reach, but like if they can, like, look, if I take Abe and try to move him here, he can't, he's saying he can't go up here. He can't climb up here without ladders here. Like, this is only supposed to be too high. Yeah, exactly, it's too high. They should be able to do this, but I've never had them be able to just make that jump. I've always needed to either have two, like I've always needed it to be like this, where then they don't have a problem with this setup. Maybe they can't actually stand here, and that's the problem. And from here they can just hop. But I've never, and you can't obviously can't build here. Maybe this is not actually standable area, and that's the problem. But I've never been able to get them to go stand here. I can get them to stand here, even on this asteroid. Like, let's take Camille, who's not doing anything important. Yeah, see, I can get them to go down here, but they can't stand on this. It's only too high, but it's not standable. So hopefully something they can fix, because I feel like I really shouldn't have to do this huge little bridge here just to get people to be able to use the asteroid. I mean, use the rocket. Sorry, I was distracted by my cat. Yeah, I know, you don't have anything to do, but yet you are not freaking out, so I'm very happy about that. I really want to start transporting things, so come on guys. Let's get to it, please. This should be your highest priority. I'm going to take a look at what everyone's priorities are for in a sec. Let me get this here. So what's your priority? So you are actually working on this as I would like. Where is Abe? I guess you're just making sure we don't die. So that's always a positive, don't get me wrong. But I really want to, I don't know, I kind of care more about Lyra right now. She's I guess I can just launch whenever I want. Hey, look at that, she made another mess. How is the oxygen situation in here? There's some carbon dioxide. Yeah, it's fine. There you go. And she still can't leave. And she's soaking wet. It's a beautiful day. Beautiful day to be Lyra today. You are still complaining that, oh, this is the main asteroid. You're complaining there's nothing to do here? Oh, look at that, we finished digging all of this. That's nice. Let's build this. And did we get any polluted water in here? Perfect, no polluted water in here. Okay, so next I guess we can demolish this ice biome. Kind of want to get rid of it. I still don't want to pollute this water here, so I guess we can just go straight down like this. I have no problem with polluting the water on this side though. So this layer, then 1, 2, 3, 4 over here. 1, 2, 3, 4 over here. This should be 1, 2, 3, 4 over here. This should be a lot. 1, 2, 3, 4 over here. Let's dig it out. Let's let cooling take over a little bit. There should be a lot of stuff for these dupes to do. So I should not hear anything from them for a little bit. And, well, there you go. And on the other hand here, we'll go all the way over here. We'll leave some here, like that. There we go. And hopefully this doesn't kill anyone. I have a very bad habit of this kind of things killing people. I don't like it. But I'm also far too lazy to try to do it like step by step instead of just one big chunk. So that should get rid of the last of this ice biome, which will be nice because it does make this colder than it needs to be. I prefer a nice green temperature over a blue temperature. And yeah, so that should be plenty of work for you guys, but we still have an idle person. Yes. Can never forget about you. You who are stuck on a ladder. Come on guys, let's still don't understand why you guys are dilly-dallying here. I know you guys are like new dupes that really suck, but I guess you care about your food and surviving, and oh, you're so needy. So this should be getting cleaned out. So we want to start also, I guess, how would we set this up? So we will be trapping the polluted water and the carbon dioxide down here. So we'll have one layer of polluted water and then like 3 layers of carbon dioxide. But we need a way to get in here. And we can't put a ladder. I didn't leave any space for a ladder. Because I think ahead well. So we'll definitely want to block this off. Maybe we'll just let the carbon dioxide float down and just block it off using airflow tiles and a door. So that means the carbon dioxide will just float down and we can have some kind of, like this pocket here, we can start siphoning it from there, while the water will be stuck here and we can appropriately take that water and move it into the polluted water system over here. Sounds good. So we haven't gotten any breakage yet, we're at 50 degrees. Again, not the most efficient with water instead of polluted water, but it is still bringing it down by a degree and a half every cycle. So we are deleting about a degree of water per second every cycle. So it could be worse. It definitely could be worse. Especially since it was done completely out of memory without any tools or pictures or anything like that. So given that risk, it could definitely be worse. So we have you two working. Okay, so I guess next we would want to, so let's start setting up some more, can't build there. Okay, I'm gonna just destroy background buildings. Let's do that for a little bit. Destroy all the background buildings. They are annoying. Getting in my way. Wow, you guys are so slow at this. Is it like just not a high priority, or you're just really bad? Like, we have plenty of igneous rock. And it's not like it's right here. It's, you don't even need to go far to get some igneous rock. I guess it's maybe because of the lack of oxygen out here. Yeah, see, now I just dropped you like 2.5 tons of igneous rock. Just, you're welcome. And yet you still can't build me some ladders. And Abe is still taking a break. He's relaxing. Okay. Hopefully soon enough we will... Yeah, I know, you still can't leave. And you still don't have any oxygen. I get it, I get it. This whole world doesn't like being good or fun. Yeah. Surprised she hasn't started freaking out, to be completely honest. I thought she would have freaked out by now. I really thought she would have been like, I can't stand this. Where is my surfboard? Where is my dance studio? I can't just survive off of some barbecue, but apparently she can. She definitely can survive off of just some barbecue. Okay, so now they're both working on this construction, so this should be much faster. So let's get this working, guys. Oh, yeah, they're done. Let's get... Oh, look at that. She appears because she can dig. Oh, look at that. She digs so much quicker than... I mean, build. She appears because she can build. And she can build so much faster than these guys can build. And... Where is she? She's gone. Oh, she has to go to the washroom. She's like, I can finally go... Whoa, she is fast compared to those other dupes. Zoom, zoom. Wow. What are you going in here for? You're getting some algae. Okay, good. We're actually going to disable this for now. Since you're going to be bringing us algae, I don't want to, oxygen. I don't have a way of supplying you guys with any more algae, and that's the main form of oxygen inside of the capsule. So let's not use that all to okay, perfect. So what would be next? This is still not fully functional. Okay, so let's... Oh, did I close this off without... I don't think things through sometimes. So your output should be going up. And then over here with the radiant pipe, which I can't build anymore. And so that, how big is this? This is 12, so I should use the first 6. So right here. That should cool it down and send it back in. I need to building. I need to be able to access this, this, and this. So that should allow me to. And now I just need to start pumping it with oil. So I'll need a little oil pocket. I'll put it right here. Where is a pump? And where is an emptier? So I'll just need to start populating it with some oil like that. That should allow me to, and then I will want to start, I will want to put down, there we go. So what are you waiting on? Just someone decide that you are important enough to build? That's what it looks like to me. Apparently Abe wanted to go in there, but then decided washroom sounded better. I don't know why anyone would... Oh! That sounds good. Well... Oh, you're not mechatronics engineer. It's like I can never pass off a mechatronics engineer, but even if they're a mouth breather, I would seriously consider recruiting him. But not for an electrical engineer, though. So, we're printing the food. So... Low priority, no one cares. It's okay. She's not stuck in here anymore. She's not going crazy just yet. It's only 6%. This is actually not that bad. That room is still a mess hall because I can't for the life of me get a plant to stay alive in there. These guys, what? Can't you? Let's ceiling collapsed. I'm assuming that's these two things? Or maybe it's... How did you get here? You're gonna die. There, now you can get out. I guess maybe that's what happened, like you collapsed and fell down and then you're gonna die. I don't want anyone to die. Doesn't mean no one's gonna die, it just means I don't want it. Yeah, see, you already got 11, you got so much stress from staying down there. I didn't even hear a complaint or anything. Oh. So you're going in there to breathe, and then coming back out here to construct. You're very slow constructing ability. So I guess that would require, so these guys are priority 6, so they'll be done first. I guess next we will want to take the output here, input here. Probably don't want to mess with that. And that's output. Like that. Yeah, it's not very pretty. And same thing for the oxygen. So we want to go like this. We're not going to input anything, but the input needs to be there for it to work. Oh, it needs power too. I completely forgot about power. Let's put FE watt wire in here. I don't really have an area for batteries just yet. It's just such a tiny space that I'm working with right now. I don't really have the dupe power to improve that situation right now. Wow. Oh, someone's stuck. Let's go. Who's stuck? Let's see how I can you dig this? No, you're stuck. That means, oh no, you can dig that. That means you can get out. Yeah, that means you can get out. There you go. You are no longer stuck. Good job. They can definitely not handle themselves, that's for sure. Okay, so, oh, we're losing oxygen. Come on, build that, please. Really, you're just gonna stand there and breathe the oxygen we're losing? Well, if it works, right? Maybe I was a little too ambitious with turning off the diffuser. And we still have plenty of oxygen. Come on, guys. This should be by far the #1 priority right now for building. There we go. No, that's the thing. Hey! Hey! Come on, man. Yeah, yellow you. Sheesh. Come in here and you build the gas pipe when I really care about is the wall. You're just not being very smart about this. $27 and $25. That's pretty good. Okay, so we can get rid of all this junk. This should be all set up. And so power, we will want a steam turbine right here. And this should allow us to start. And this should be get us some crude oil. That should allow us to start with making efficient metal refinement. Iron to steel is actually power positive in this with this setup. So yeah, this is what we want. we can start making a lot of metal, replace all of our, I forgot something, again. You need to put the water back in there, don't you? Right. Okay, and there we go. It's a quick fix. It's not like I forgot something that can't be easily resolved. So let's clear this out, build that liquid vent. Correct Aaron, and then we build these. We'll also eventually, we'll want this to go up here and cool this off. But it's not going to generate too much heat to begin with. Like it will eventually, but not to start. Oxygen issue. So let's try this out. We want to do copper first. Let's do 20 rounds of copper here. You still need more crude oil to be able to process this well. Actually, let's hold back on that. Can you get me more crude oil, please? Yeah, let's put some more crude oil into the system. And let's start demolishing this setup here. There you go. That should free up a lot of potential power on this line. And the water here should just naturally get absorbed back into the system. We are getting 61 here. Oh, you're complaining about food, really? Even with access to all the food in here, you're still complaining about food? I guess you're not considering the food in here? No, now it has a bunch of meal lice in here. Really? There's 10k in here. Okay, so it does not consider the food in there as food for that warning. That's interesting. Yeah, so let's make this all the priority right now. Shouldn't there be someone here? Abe? Abe should take care of this soon. Please. Duplicate skills. Oh, look at that. We have plenty of new skills. So let's give him some carrying. I think that's probably part of the problem that we're having, is that no one here can carry for the life of them. So I'm thinking that probably did not help anyone's case for being able to bring enough materials to be able to build things efficiently. Okay, so you guys are idle again. Maybe 8 dupes for this area is a little too much. That's possible. Okay, so I just wanted to make sure that there was... Okay, so let's see here. So that should be... I'm guessing that's going to be enough. Yeah, that's more than enough. So let's get rid of you. And now let's see you at work. Give me 2 tons of iron, please. And you should be kept at a reasonable temperature by this cooling loop. You guys still complaining there's nothing for you to do. Okay, so let's... I guess we can tell you guys to low priority sweep some stuff. There's a lot of stuff here that we could low priority sweeps. They'll keep them busy, that's for sure. Okay, so now that all the background tiles here are closed, I mean, destroyed. That's I want to build up these floors so that I can have some kind of storage, because like right now, oh sorry, wrong. Right now, I'm going to produce some, a certain level of natural gas from this refinement process, and I have no place to store it. It's either going to back up in here or get consumed, but there's no place to put storage in here. Same thing with the actual oil result from this. There's no real place to put storage in here. So I'm gonna I want to build up these floors here so that I can put the storage on this floor and better automate some, like we have too much backup of hydrogen. Just burn it all. We will deal with the consequences of that at a future point. This is not... Why is this... Is this not central? This is not centered. This is 8. This is 16, right? So this should be 8. Yes, this is not central. Guys, you were wrong. You were wrong. I was wondering why my math wasn't adding up. This is the central beam. There we go. And one last one, we'll do this one too. There we go. Okay, so we can start putting some of our like canisters and our reservoirs and our liquid and gas reservoirs over here and add some automation, so it could be like if we have too much in our reservoir, just burn. So we want to get rid of this. That should keep them occupied for a little bit. How are you guys doing? Nothing much has changed here, which seems to be a pattern. Oh, well, never mind. Something's changed. Lyra is not happy anymore. You were so okay being stuck inside of this, but now that you're out, you're like, I hate this. You were okay while you were in here, but now that you're not, things suck. What happened? Why is there... Oh, because even without power, it still outputs some? Or like, does it have some in here? Yeah, so we have 10 kilograms and 10 kilograms. So even without power, it's still... Let's see what happens if I construct some of these. Even without power, does it still work? Yeah, I know. We're going to be sending her back soon. Don't want her eating all the food here. We don't have a lot of food. Yes. Stress is going up. Stress is neutral when sleeping. I just want to really want to build this stuff. I don't want this trip to be a waste, or mostly a waste. Did it transport anything? No. Okay, yeah, it definitely needs to finish this. Frankie, you're doing God's work, my man. And now you are taking a break. I guess this building is just not that important to you, I guess. Let's plug this in. Now we just need to look at that. He's actually building all this stuff. It's delivery that's the issue. It's not building that's the issue. Oh, so that means we should be starting to get some, this polluted water should be getting in here. I mean, this normal water. Let's get this oxygen out. And then we can send her away once these things are empty. And that would be our first rocket transported goods. Not that we transported a lot. As I said, 500 kilos of water. It's just not that much water. But we can always work on getting that out once Lyra is gone and back to her home asteroid. Come on, Frankie, build it, build it. Oh no, don't go to bed. No. Someone build it. Come on, Lyra. You want to leave? Build it. That is what's stopping you from leaving this asteroid. It's this gas reservoir taking out all the gas. Okay, so crew, get in. So, partially full. Launch. Bye. Oh, I thought the pilot was already in there. There we go. Bye. I wonder if there's any, like, overheating concerns. I'm not too concerned. Bye. So we did get plenty. 50 kilos of oxygen isn't bad. That's 50 tiles of oxygen, of 25 tiles of oxygen. So, it's not bad. It definitely could be better. So what I'm going to do now is get rid of this more. I'm pretty sure I saw it somewhere. There it is. I don't want you around. And now that we have the water here, we want to... Do we want to like make a water area here? Like organize it a little bit better? And... pollute the oxygen should be pretty straightforward. So we go in here. So, and then we bridge it here, which will allow us to bridge it here, bridge it here. There we go. So that should allow us to distribute the oxygen, not perfectly, but adequately. Here, 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 and here. That should be our first priority, I would probably say. And then let's get rid of all these background buildings. So you should be happier now, right? Now you're on your own little cargo ship. You should be your morale should go up, right? That's what kind of food do you have in here? Meal lice. You still have barbecue. Like, come on, what are you complaining about? You still have 4 kilos of Swampy Delight. You still have some barbecue. Maybe barbecue was what was keeping them alive. So let's see. What do we have? Anything interesting? Slug eggs. 2 slug eggs. Oh, if only slug eggs could eat refined metal. Like, if they could eat refined metal, we could have it so that, like, it would be renewable. It's like we have gold that could just make slugs eat the gold, but they don't. They can only eat gold and amalgam. I'm pretty sure. Let me confirm that. Or maybe they changed that, and that would make them actually somewhat useful. But yeah, no, they just eat the ores. So they all eat gold and amalgam, but they won't eat gold. Maybe they'll have an evolution that will allow them to eat gold, and then that will be a renewable source of energy, ability to turn the ores produced by this into energy. That's definitely something to be able to consider. This is such a mess. Okay. I probably won't put that there. No, we can't build there. What's it complaining about? Why is it? Output pipe is full. Oh, so I end up with too much? I end up with too much oil in here. Building. Let's get rid of this. Wires. Let's get rid of that. So let's. Did I not select a printable? I did not. I went on the whole thing about sludge guys, sludge people, slug people. So I have a rancher. That's yokel, allergies, and mouth breather. Don't want that. I have a Ludite. That's also a rancher suit wearer. Actually, Harold. How do you feel about becoming part of this colony's experiment? I think we would need more food if we want to go in that direction. How are we doing on dirt? We're still fine on dirt. But like this produces every 3 cycles 1 meal lice. Right? It produces 1 meal lice every 3 cycles for 600 cal. So if I want to, so that's 200 cal per cycle per dupe. So I need 5 of these per dupe. So that's 1, 2, 3 technically. This is enough food for a 3rd dupe. And that is good enough for me. So, Harold, hopefully I'm not taking on too much. Welcome to the club. Let's give you your first skill. Your primary obligation will be ranching. So let's go down that path first. But for now, your skills will be so ranching. Oh, not decorating. No, not decorating, not yet. Where is ranching? Ranching. Your secondary skill, though, will be supplying. You'll be running around a lot. Sounds good. How is Hope doing? You're still very high stress. You're gonna start eating all the food. And you are complaining you don't have enough food now. I kinda did that to myself. I'm still, even if this should theoretically be enough, I'm gonna add an extra set of meal wood just to create a buffer. So let's make these first, then let's make these. There you go. Oh. Yeah. Autopilot. I wonder what that even means. Like, is it slower because she's not the one? Oh wow, she really ate through all that food. There's no more food for you, okay? Oh, so we're back at home. Perfect. Now go eat all the food. And view interior. Let's disable this. And let's bring this down to 0. Didn't I say disable this? I just don't want to listen to you. Okay, so we should be able to disable this and turn that off for a little bit. This would fill up with oxygen and water pretty quickly. That's actually a real quick fill up. The biggest concern right now is, can that be automated? No, it can't. We can't even automate the giving it sugar. So we couldn't even, like, people need to bring this. Lyra, apparently, needs to bring this over. Yeah, clean that out. And I'm gonna say mop it out too. So we're gonna go like that. So, oh, we already used up all the oxygen. It's not that much oxygen. It is oxygen though. Yeah. But now that we have all this set up, she can go there and come back very quickly. My biggest concern is we're going to be running out of fertilizer soon, probably. Maybe not. We still have fertilizer. We have still 4 tons of fertilizer, so we won't run out anytime too soon. It depends on your definition of soon. We will run out of fertilizer eventually. But again, it depends on what your definition of soon is. So I'm thinking we need to do some digging. Wow, this is all a vacuum. How deep does this vacuum go? I have no idea. But that's all a vacuum right now. Okay, so one moment. Getting a little parched. Peckish. Okay, so I'm thinking we need to destroy this thing. It's in my way. I'm not a fan. Same reason I can destroy you. We have 3 dupes now. Things should be able to be going at a decent speed. I can always just send over more water and more oxygen as need comes. But breathability in here is now very good. Food is now the main bottleneck / problem. You should be, as long as these guys are continuously supplied with dirt, and we still have plenty of dirt and plenty of dirt to dig. Like, it's not like we're running out of things to dig. I just want to clean this out, start making more rooms, and maybe like take this power and actually store it somewhere so people can stop running. Maybe not right now though. Our main concern right now will be to deconstruct all this, and yeah, that'll be our main concern right now, is deconstruct all this. You should be able to hop there. You won't really be able to go too far down here. We'll just have to keep an eye on it. Apparently, we need better constructors. Let's see. More speed. These guys, like you just watch these guys run, and then you'll bring one of my more experienced dupes in here, and it's like boom. Makes these guys look so slow. That's actually looking pretty good for this. Oh, we forgot one. It's gonna merge all of this water into one big pool. It's gonna contact with the granite here, so it's gonna start cooling this area a little bit. We have 2 more volcanoes. Let me confirm that. You can't build there. Can't build there. So 2 more volcanoes. This asteroid comes with plenty of heat sources for fun activities later on. There we go. Are you saying my breathability is not good again? That's quite a bit of carbon dioxide, actually. These guys are, yeah, quite a bit of carbon dioxide. O2. You're all on, like this is definitely a bug that needs to be fixed. More speedy. I'll have to start paying more attention to dupes, morale. Some of them are getting pretty high. Like right now, you're fine. You're gonna reduce your stress while you're sopping wet, but you'll reduce your stress as you sleep and go play and stuff, because right now we're doing a lot of work in the wet. But it should be good. How is your food? We have Abe that'll help with that. Shouldn't be too much of a problem. And Zeppelin, how are you doing? Do we need more food? No, we don't. So why do you have water? You shouldn't have water. We're also not accepting water from here. Yeah, okay, that's fine. You guys are just doing a massive cleaning errand. So that's what most of the dupe power here is being used for. 77C, it's getting real hot in here. And did I ever solve this problem? I did? Well, look at that. It solved itself? On that note, let's see. Maybe, yeah. I did remember doing like some kind of, but then I completely forgot about it. What happened to all that oil then? It's just... No, I wasn't done with you. Where did you go? Come on, I want to clear out all of this. I assumed only... But... yeah, so now these ones are kind of pointless because, as expected, they're all going down here. Okay. So now everything should fit in here, so there should never be any leftovers in the pipes. There should always be in here. So let's make We have a lot of iron. Let's make... Do I have access to any more ore on this asteroid? Not really. So... let's make some copper. And let's send over some copper ore to this asteroid. I'm assuming copper will be less energy intensive, so we won't have as much of a problem with it. Okay, so that's that one. Those are already upgraded. What else is left to upgrade? There's only one path left to upgrade. That's not that bad. We're almost at a point where we can have everything be on good wires. That's not that bad. We already have some steam going on around here. So I'm assuming copper ore won't create as much. Oh, you don't even finish your job. It is kind of warm over here now though. I'm also taking up a lot of the heat here. $25 comes in at 27. It's not that bad, but it is, yeah, now we're starting to actually see some of the steam. I thought it needs to be at 125 for this to work. It's working at 100. That's not right, that's probably a bug. The crude oil is coming out at 200 degrees and it's coming in at 150. So it's losing quite a bit of the heat that you would expect it to. 200, 150, but it's working at 100 degrees. So this is never gonna stay. Like, is there? Oh, look at that. There is some. No, that's a vacuum. That's steam. It's all at 100 degrees. It's not nearly hot enough that this should be turning on. We're going to be making a lot of copper. But it's very efficient copper making. So maybe I should start getting ready for so we'll want to probably go in this direction. Cool things down over here. Or should I? Do we want to cool things down here and then go over here? Or let's cool things down over here. And then come back. I can't really go through that. There you go. That's a good addition. So we want a bridge there, bridge there. Basically, at every time we change direction, I want a bridge. There you go. So then let's add this in here. Okay, so that should be a good temporary like setup for that should cool off all of this and all of this. So like this whole section should now be stable for temperature. I would include this steam turbine setup. Eventually we'll have steel and I can modify some of these pipes to use steel instead of iron, and that will probably, well, in my experience, that greatly increases the amount of heat transfer, so this will be 20 and 19, it'll be more extreme temperatures, which is what we are looking for anyways, so that would be perfect. I would welcome that. So, high stress and suffocating. Ugh. How do you do this to me? How am I supposed to get you out of there? Okay, so 1, 2, 1, 2. So, let's get rid of. Oh, not even. I don't even need that. Let's get you out. That was a lot simpler than my brain told me. We have some hypothermia. They're still not happy with me from that one trip. And oh, you guys are actually making good progress on the deconstruction job, so that's nice. Food is doing good here, mainly because oh, we are in oxygen. Oxygen is now a problem. Oh, that's not good. So let's unproblemify the oxygen. Apparently this was a lot, yeah. Those 50 kilograms are just not that much oxygen. Come on guys, we really need this new printables. Let's just print the eggs. Why not, right? This is the correct size, right? 16? Yeah. Okay. No, guys. This is not acceptable. Build that. Dig this. And then make some oxygen, guys. I don't want you guys to go and die on me here. Things are going well. I want things to keep going well. Well is a relative word. Things are going decently. So if I do the math here, just bear with me for a moment. 4, 4, 4. If I go this one should let me get some of this, this one, and this one should let me get this. Yeah, so let's get some of the algae and turn it into some breathing. You guys did a very good job at demolishing this inconvenience, but we still have our other issues of. Oh, there's a volcano of some kind. non-exposed volcano of some kind, unlike this one, which is exposed. There's nothing here particularly that will tell us what's going on here, but we'll see a little bit more once we get closer. Unrefrigerated food, mill ice. It's fine. We can't really afford to refrigerate some things. Skills, auto. Yeah, let's give you more muscles. I think Lyra is done. Yeah, let's go with that assumption right now. And we'll get you some more carrying. Because that is crucial. Being able to carry a lot in one shot is crucial. Lyra really just needs to relax. It's a problem that she keeps suffocating. So if you go here and dig that. Oh, you are not sleeping right now, Harold. Okay, so I guess you just don't have igneous rock down here. You have some. Just build that. And get out of here. Come on. You slow dude. Okay, I don't need red alert anymore. Sorry, guys. I wonder if that only affected the asteroid, or it's like red alert every asteroid, even if they have nothing to do with this issue. Probably every asteroid. I don't see how it would be otherwise. So that gave us a ton of algae. Literally a ton, not just a ton. So that should give us... We have plenty of food now. We just need to keep digging. Yes, yes. Okay, well, I think that's gonna be it for tonight. I think we made some pretty good progress. This has basically just been dug. Nothing else happened really on this asteroid. We just dug things. On Zeppelin, we're making very good progress on setting up an industrial sector. We have a good setup for our metal refinery. We'll have one setup, and we've already done 20 copper ores, and we have a cooling loop set up that is slowly but surely cooling off. See, there's a nice gradient between where the cooling loop happens and everything else. So that should keep this temperature pretty stable. We can't run these too hard, because as you can see, their temperature does spike a little bit, but that does get pulled away by the. I can maybe add a little bit more metal to be able to try to pull away the heat from these things a little bit more. And I'm not like saying this is extremely hot. It's 40 degrees. It's not like it'll hurt my dupes or anything. But you know, I'd rather stray on the side of caution. But it's very good progress. We also cleaned up a lot of the map, as you can see by all these digging errands. Let's get rid of all these muck roots, dig errands, because they can't actually do those. And oh, there's all that crude oil that we were wondering where it went. I guess they I don't know what happened, how they happened to be getting there. But tomorrow we'll probably focus on getting some of this refinement all set up and burning all of the energy. I'll figure out what we're going to do with our home planet. Right now it's just digging. There's not, like, I want to set up 2 more ranches once we get Dracos back, so we can have the Dracos and shiny Dracos, and that's going to be our source of plastic. But, oh yeah, and we did set up this transportation, but it's just not a lot of oxygen that can be transported every way, and it takes a decent amount of sugar for every launch and a fertilizer for every launch. It's just, it's not necessarily, what's that? That's some ice. It's not necessarily very efficient to transport only 50 kilograms of oxygen. But, oh, and it keeps freezing because this is so cold. But yeah, so that's it for today, and we'll focus on improving this. I really want to automate the spacefaring. I don't know, it's not necessarily needed, but I want to try it and be more ready once they get us a bigger patch from clay to be able to get this set up. So thank you all for watching. I very much appreciate it. Had a lot of fun talking with you, Mayron and CQ, and hopefully I'll see you guys again later. Thanks guys. Don't forget to save. Bye.